This happened when I was 14, growing up in a little town in rural Iowa. One of those places where the loudest sound at night was the wind whistling through the cornfields. And excitement meant the gas station got a new flavor of soda. We had one stoplight, 2 churches, and nothing much to do except ride our bikes around and make our own adventures. My best friend Jason and I had this habit of exploring old places, broken down sheds, empty lots, anything that felt even remotely off limits. One sticky summer evening, with the sun dipping low and turning the sky orange, we decided to check out an old red barn that sat just past the edge of town. Everyone knew about it. It had stood there, half sunken into the earth, for as long as anyone could remember. They said it used to belong to an old farmer, a man named Granger, who vanished after his wife died in a fire. Some folks claimed he went mad with grief and just walked off into the woods one day, never to be seen again. Others whispered that he still roamed the fields, watching trespassers from the shadows. We thought that was all just small-town gossip. We rode our bikes through the gravel path until it disappeared into tall grass. The barn looked even more decrepit up close. The red paint was almost entirely peeled away. The roof sagged, and the double doors hung open just enough to reveal a sliver of darkness inside. We didn't go in the front. Instead, we crept around the back, climbing over a collapsed section of fence that groaned under our weight. Inside, the barn was thick with the smell of old wood and mildew. We picked our way through rotting hay bales and rusted tools. The air was dense, the kind that sticks in your throat. We joked around at first, trying to spook each other, laughing too loudly to drown out our nerves. But then I started to feel it, that prickling sensation at the back of your neck, like static. I stopped laughing. So did Jason. "I feel like someone's watching us," I whispered. He didn't answer, just nodded slowly. And then we heard it. A cough, deep, wet, raspy, like someone clearing a throat full of dust and phlegm. It came from just a few feet away, behind a pile of old splintered wood stacked near the back wall. We froze. Neither of us could move. The air seemed to thicken even more, like we were breathing through syrup. My heart pounded in my ears. "Did you hear that?" Jason whispered. I nodded, too afraid to speak. Then it came again, louder, closer, followed by the faint scrape of something dragging along the dirt floor. And then a shadow shifted. Something tall, hunched, moved behind the woodpile. That was it. We bolted. Jason jumped the fence like his life depended on it. I wasn't as fast. I caught my leg on a nail and felt it tear through my skin, but I didn't stop. We hopped on our bikes, pedaling harder than we ever had in our lives. Neither of us looked back. A few days later, the local paper ran a story. A nearby farmhouse had been broken into. The description given by the frightened owner? A man in filthy overalls, face obscured by grime, with wild eyes. He'd been living in abandoned buildings all across the county. I don't care what anyone says. He was in that barn. He watched us the whole time. And if we'd gone just a little deeper inside, I don't think we would have made it out.